After a few years away, Dexter Morgan is back, whether you wanted him to be or not. Michael C. Hall's character is so compelling that audiences don't want to let go, no matter how absurd the premises are that keep bringing him back. Still, the new Dexter resurrection is much better than anyone could have imagined. With Dexter having survived being shot by his own son, Harrison, at the end of Dexter New Blood, and with his crimes being pinned on someone else, our favorite serial killer is a free man. But everything isn't going great. Harrison, thinking he had killed his dad, ran away to New York City to start a new life working at an upscale hotel. Any chance he had at his own freedom was short-lived, though, because in the first episode, he too is killing a bad man who slipped through the cracks of justice. Dexter, having heard about the murder, is now watching Harrison from afar, desperate to protect his child, while also hunting a serial killer called the Dark Passenger, who has made the Big Apple his hunting ground. At the end of episode 2, Dexter had found the Dark Passenger, but a new twist has Dex developing feelings. Not only is he suffering from the guilt of what he did to his son, but he is saving lives because he cares about other people. Will Dexter's newfound emotions get him in trouble in Dexter Resurrection's third episode, Backseat Driver?
Dexter hunts down the Dark Passenger. As the episode begins, Dexter is starting his new job as a rideshare driver. Now, he doesn't now care about people that much. It's all part of catching the Dark Passenger, who has made these types of drivers his victims. He has to be careful, though. Dex isn't exactly friendly, leading to a low rating from passengers. As Blessing tells him, if his account gets any lower, it'll be deactivated. In his apartment, Dexter gets a call from a veterinarian's pharmacy, with Dex posing as a Dr. Patrick Bateman, confirming an order for drugs to be used to knock out any future victims on his table. Meanwhile, at the Hotel Empire, where Harrison works, he's being questioned by Detective Wallace about the death of Ryan Foster. Seeing how Harrison killed him and all, he plays dumb, saying he just helped Ryan with his errands. Wallace plays security footage of Harrison helping Ryan take Shauna back to his room. The detective says this is the last time Ryan was seen alive, but Harrison says he helped the presumed couple to their room, then left, picked up a woman he didn't know at a bar, and took her home. Wallace says that Harrison needs to get her name because she's his alibi. When Harrison asks if he's a suspect, she tells him, "You're not a suspect." Dexter has dinner with Blessing and his family, where his wife, having run a background check on her tenant, asks Dexter why he moved from Miami. Dexter also wonders how Harrison would have turned out if he'd had a loving father like Blessing is to his daughter. There's no time for that, though, because Dexter decides to use the background check website Prudence uses to dig more into the Dark Passenger and find his address. After seeing Ronald leave, Dexter breaks into his apartment looking for any trophies. We can immediately see that this is the same apartment Charlie was in during the first episode when she left an invitation. Dex finds the book of driver's licenses in the ceiling tiles easily enough, and now with proof, starts plotting his kill. After calling his work and pretending to need some IT help, Dexter finds out where Red is going to be the next day. Dexter will be waiting there in his rideshare. At the same time, Angel Batista has gone back home to Miami when he gets a call that the truck Dexter stole has been found in NYC. Someone else is about to be on the hunt, too.
Detectives close in on Harrison as a murder suspect. Shauna's rape kit has come back, revealing that she did have the date rape drug Rohypnol in her system. To Wallace, that means either her attacker drugged her and changed his mind, or someone stopped him and killed him. She determines that Ryan was killed in his room, but he couldn't have been dismembered in the bathroom because it's too clean. It had to have been done somewhere else. When Wallace is onto something, she puts on her headphones and plays the Bee Gees' Stayin' Alive. Now she walks through the hotel, listening to the song as she looks for the room where Ryan was chopped up. Very quickly, she ends up in the kitchen and stares at a stainless steel table. She's really good at this, and as Harrison watches her from around a corner, looking worried, he figures that out too. Having heard from Blessing's daughter about how much she loves her dad, Dexter stalks Harrison again, watching him through a restaurant window. Harry tells Dex that a boy needs his father, and Dexter even takes a step forward, but then he sees that Harrison is on a date. Harrison does need someone, he admits, but it doesn't have to be me. The date is Elsa, his friend and co-worker. Harrison is nervous and needs to be around someone. They go back to Elsa's place, where she beams about her son. She lets Harrison stay on the couch, which makes him smile. He does have someone, sort of. Detectives Wallace and Oliva go back to Harrison, wanting to know the name of his one-night stand. He says it slipped his mind. Not exactly a great defense. Wallace shows Harrison the hotel cameras, which somehow Harrison was not on after Ryan disappeared, even though Harrison was working. Wallace knows exactly what happened and begins telling the story in perfect detail. She and Oliva know that Harrison was only trying to help someone from being raped, so if he works with them, this case goes from first-degree murder to justifiable homicide. What will he choose? Harrison looks terrified, and he confesses, but not to killing anyone. He confesses that he was never seen leaving the hotel for the night because he lives there. Elsa can back him up on that one. A real alibi this time.
Dexter discovers a dinner party for serial killers.
At night, Dexter gets his drugs ready and begins his shift. While back in Miami, Batista meets up with his homicide partners and original Dexter fan favorites Quinn and Masuka. He tells his friends that he's retiring to travel and settle some personal shit, because he has that one thing he can't let go. He won't tell them what he's talking about, but says they'll understand in time. An old friend might soon be calling on Dexter again, but he won't get to New York in time to stop him from what happens to the dark passenger. Ronald Schmidt gets in Dexter's car, but our anti-hero has dropped his syringe and is struggling to reach it between the seats. That's inconvenient, because the killer wraps a cord around Dexter's neck and tells him where to drive. Dex pretends to act scared, but when asked if he'll miss his son, Dexter says he feels bad for pushing his son to be like him. He says there's something inside him that he can't restrain anymore. Dexter gets his grip on the syringe, jamming it into Ronald Schmidt's neck and putting him under. He takes the dark passenger back to his own apartment and puts him on his kill table. The killer asks if Dexter is the man who left the invitation with his trophies, but Dexter doesn't know what he's talking about. He gets to hear Ronald's motive, though. As it turns out, his father was a taxi driver, but after rideshares caused him to lose his job, he took his own life. His reasons told, Dexter drops the blade into his chest. Going through Ronald's bag, Dexter finds the invitation asking him to come to a dinner party where like-minded individuals can share their craft. With it are thousands of dollars. The invitation tells Ronald where to go. Is there really a dinner party for serial killers, Dexter wonders? We know there is, as we earlier briefly saw Charlie preparing for it. Dexter thinks his is a path that can only be walked alone, but still, there might be room to meet people just like him.